In this video, we're going to solve this problem, finding the time to reach a limit in a word problem on exponential growth or decay. So we have a car that was purchased for $31,000, and each year it loses 30% of its value. After how many years will the car be worth $4,500 or less? So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you could go about solving this problem. First, we're going to use an equation. So I want to know after how many years the amount will be 4,500. So 4,500 is equal to the principal amount, which is 31,000. And then each year it's losing 30% of its value. So that means it's retaining 70% of its value, or 1 minus 30% is 70%. So this is going to be 0.7. And then t is number of years, which I need to find. So to set this up and solve the equation, my first step is going to be to divide both sides by 31,000. So I would do that on my calculator or using the Alex calculator. And I get 0.145 16. Now, to find t, I'm going to rewrite this as a log. So it's log, the base of the log is what the power is attached to, so that's 0.7. And then the answer in exponential form comes next. So that's 0.14516, and it equals the power, which is t. Now to evaluate this log on the calculator, we're going to do log of the second number, 0.14516, divided by log of the base, which is 0.7. And then I may or may not need to use parentheses depending on the type of calculator that I'm using, but I'm going to type this in. And I get 5.41. Now, with this problem, the rounding is a little bit different because they're asking us to write the smallest possible whole number answer. So you don't round the way we normally do, where anything less than 0.5 would round down. In this case, if I have anything after the decimal point, it needs to round up to the next highest number, because that's going to be the first year that it's worth 4,500 or less. So my answer that I would enter here would need to be 6 years. So I need to always round up regardless of what that number after the decimal point is. So that's one method that you could use to solve the problem. I'm going to show you another method here. So for this problem, what I'm going to do is show you a guess and check method. So for this one, I have a car that was purchased for $35,000, and each year it's worth it loses 20% of its value. After how many years will it be worth $14,900 or less? So another way that I could do this on my calculator is just type in the initial amount. Each year it loses 20%, so it's retaining 80%. So I'm multiplying by 0.8. And then I can enter in a power here and just kind of guess and check until I get it to 14,900 or less. So I could start by guessing 10 years. That is way too many. So let me start again. 35,000 times 0.8. Let's try 7 years. Okay, still too many years, so keep going. Oops. And my goal here again is to get the first year that we are at 14,900 or less. Okay, 4 years looks promising, so let me try and make sure that 3 years is going to be above. So this may or may not take longer depending on how good your guesses are. So 3 years, it was above 14,900. The first year that it was below 14,900 was year 4. So I would put 4 years in for my answer here.